Ocio. Well, that was a very interesting stream from Nicole tonight. And Nicole, if I wanted to, I could go live while you were live. I can comment while you stream. But of course, the pathological liar is at it again. She claims that someone called the LAPD to do a wellness check on her elderly parents. And she thinks it was me and that I'm doxing her. Bitch, for one thing, you don't know what doxing is. Second, you better have some goddamn proof, especially if you're going to blame me, because then it's called slander. Hey, mate, my tube. Well, Nicole was streaming, and of course, October Fool was on there, histrionic as usual, and pathological as usual. Hey, Rainey. And apparently, during Nicole's stream, because she had to make it all about her, she managed to turn the entire stream into being about her. Apparently, she's claiming somebody called in a wellness check on her elderly parents. And of course, I'm getting blamed for it because she's a psychopath. So I will be making my own call to LAPD tomorrow and make sure that there was an actual wellness check done between 9 and 9:30 p.m. I don't want names or locations because she seems to think I already have all this information. I have some of it, but I wouldn't say what that was. But I don't know where her parents live. My God. This woman is fucking nuts, and they're claiming that I'm the mental case. Okay. Go ahead, October Fool. Give them all my videos. Hell, I'll give them my videos. I will give them all the proof I have about you. And we'll see what they have to say about that. Claiming that you lost babies and all this other shit when you didn't. Not the way you said you did. But she had no, my tube. Nicole was live at the time, and I doubt she has the brain power to be calling LAPD and making any kind of a wellness check or anything like that. If by chance she's not lying, if somebody is doing that, knock it off. It's not fucking cool, okay? Seriously. Don't fucking bring her parents or her kids or anything into it. She's trying to claim we are, but which is why I think that it's another lie. And if there was, maybe somebody had a good reason to do so. Apparently, she went by another name at some point. She's constantly changing her name on YouTube. And she and her boyfriend are going to go live on his phone. She's got enough subs now and blah, 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 blah. I didn't know you needed a certain number of subs to go live. Well, that's just it, my tube. I don't know who her parents are. I don't give a flying fuck who her parents are. But if she actually has parents and wasn't hatched from a reptilian egg, if they're elderly, don't fucking... it's 9:30 at night. Elderly people generally are about getting ready for bed. Don't fucking give them a heart attack by having the cops show up at night. If you're gonna do it during the day. But at the same time, don't do it at all. Hey, Blakes. I haven't seen her get doxxed either, Raina. That's just it. I have a certain amount of information on her, and I'm not sharing it with anyone. Well, that's just it, my tube. She's a pathological liar. She hasn't shown any proof. She was talking about how, I mentioned LAPD and Anonymous. The reason I mentioned LAPD and Anonymous is because she was mentioning it. She had already reported me to the LAPD, and somebody else suggested, contact Anonymous because, Anonymous doesn't have enough on their hands with, Ukraine and shit like that. Let's drop everything for the pathological cuckoo bird. Well, that's just it, my tube. If somebody did that knows her, I would understand why they would. What's the Wilcox station? Oh, the Hollywood one. Okay. Yeah. See, I have no idea actually what part of LA she lives in, and I don't care. That's just it. She's a pathological liar, and she's a nut job. She makes up all this histrionic bullshit. I would almost bet dollars to donuts that she's been diagnosed with histrionic personality disorder. Because, good God, get the fainting couch and the smelling salts. Well, that's just it, Rainey. She managed to make the entire stream about herself. She's got someone who has a live stream because apparently she thinks you have to have a certain number of subs before you can live stream. I don't know. I mean, I've seen people with 10 subs that I don't know. But so she goes into somebody else's stream and she just manages to make it all about her. Oh my goodness, this is happening. Oh, all those security cameras. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I have never seen anyone so paranoid as her, for one thing. I mean, the woman is batshit. Seriously. And then she's accusing me of batshit. Except, see, I admit to my mental illness. But she wants to play this hero. And it's absolutely ridiculous. Well, that's just it, my tube. But the thing is, she claims to work with abuse victims. That's my problem with her. Of course, Nicole thinks that we're jealous because people like her. Well, people like me too, Nicole, except the people that like me generally aren't really shitty people. October supports someone who has been bullying, abusing, and harassing people online and off for years. It's, oh, that Ani, she thinks she knows things. She thinks she knows everything. I know a lot more than you think I do. I have actually talked to people, on the phone, through emails. You're not going to believe the shit I've got about Nicole. Because all I really want is for Nicole to stop talking about other people. Do your makeup videos, do your little dancey things. Talk about food, talk about softball, talk about food, talk about bowling, talk about food. Oh, apparently a couple of cops or something showed up at her parents' place, and she was calling her daughters, plural. I thought she had a daughter and a son, but then again, who knows with her? I would not be surprised to find out she is in a mental ward somewhere with secret access to the internet. Well, not exactly. She would find someone else to talk about. She's got at least 2 more restraining orders coming her way. But the thing is, she just comes up with code words. Everybody knows who the witch is. Yeah, she's talking to her attorney tomorrow. She's collecting evidence. So, every time Nicole mentions the witch and talks about the witch and all that stuff, it's all on the record. It's all recorded. And all she has to do is go to the judge and say, okay, now she's not calling me bald eagle, she's calling me the witch. Yeah, the code words count. Sorry, I'm looking at my own security camera right now. There's a car coming over the hill. There was a really big bug earlier. Matter of fact, I was watching some of those true ghost videos and stuff, and there was one, this guy had a camera in his bedroom. Yeah, exactly. Because Harold kept referring to her as said person, so that's what landed his ass in jail. So keep referring to her as the witch. It'll land your ass in jail. Yes, and her alien boyfriend. I don't know where she comes up with the alien thing, but anyway, I was watching the ghost video, and some of these things, because I'm definitely a believer, but I'm very skeptical when I watch these videos. And this guy was like, oh, there's this thing on the camera, blah, 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 this light, this blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, this white being or something. I'm like, yeah, it's a bug on the camera because it's infrared. It has night vision. Bugs are drawn to that infrared light. I have seen some funky shit on my camera, let me tell you. I think there's a spider up there or something lately, and it'll start suddenly come out and crawl across the face of the camera, and you just see this big white thing just crawling all over the place. Well, because it's a 10-year restraining order, which of course people like Nicole and Julia Gulia, um, they think that I don't know anything. Well, I know a lot more than you do, Julia. And Nicole, she just tries to say that I don't know anything because she knows that I know things. Everybody's lying but Nicole. Bullshit. But yeah, October's back to her bullshit. It's like, oh my goodness. Oh, now they've done a wellness check on my parents. And she got everybody in the chat all riled up and everything. And just a bunch of horse shit. So I get to call LAPD tomorrow and make sure that there was a wellness check. But, I don't need to know their names. I don't need to know their location. I don't care. Because if she actually does have elderly parents, nobody should be bothering them. Hey, Joe. Leave her parents out of it. Then again, like I said, I'm doubtful. But if somebody happened to, it would have to be somebody in her real life. Because as crazy as she is, somebody's probably going, she's trying to feed her parents through their nose or something. I don't know. But if somebody's actually calling a wellness check, there's got to be a reason for it. At least I hope there is. Because if you don't have a reason to, don't fucking do it. That's the same with anyone. Well, of course, Nicole mods everyone, so. And that Steve idiot that thinks he knows things. Now, there's one that thinks he knows things and doesn't. Exactly, Raina. But, I'm concerned that if she actually is some kind of victim's advocate, someone like that should not be dealing with victims. She supports someone, and she said in one stream, Nicole's trying to change and nobody will let her. No, everybody wants her to change. Everybody wants her to shut up and stop talking about other people. Why do you think she has a 10-year restraining order, you dumb bitch? Hello, you're sitting in her chats while she live streams, talking about other people, lying about other people. She's making videos about people's children saying that their fathers touched them inappropriately. I mean, she's blatantly come out and said, oh, so-and-so lets their husband have sex with the kids. What kind of sicko does that shit? And she has admitted that those channels are hers. She got one taken down by YouTube. She immediately put it back up. Jake got her to confess to that. But I don't want to be on here too long because it's been a long day. I've had too much stuff to do today. Apparently calling LAPD. I mean, hey, if she wants to start something, she can subpoena my phone records, my cell phone and my landline. I tend to use my landline more often for calls, especially long distance, because, well, for one thing, I hate my cell phone, and for another thing, data caps and all that kind of shit. I don't have an unlimited cell phone because I don't need an unlimited cell phone because I never use the damn thing. I think the last call that came through was from those assholes in Huntington Beach. And that was just 2 days ago, and it's like, oh, you got a lot of balls calling me, motherfucker. But anyway, October, You better have proof, and you better be showing it, because I will be calling the LAPD myself tomorrow. I've already talked to them once because you were blaming me for shit. You're cowering in your house, terrified of someone who's 1,000 miles away, you dumbass. Yeah, I got family down there, and you know what? They don't give much of a shit either. Well, she can take the stream down. I've already recorded most of it. So I've already got it. That's what she doesn't seem to understand. Go ahead, take it down. I already got it. She privates it because she thinks nobody can report it. Well, guess what, bitch? I can report it live. I can be recording you on one tab, and I can be reporting you in another tab. Recording and reporting. Because you're talking a bunch of bullshit and lies. Matter of fact, there's a pretty good chance that there's something in the works right now. She could end up losing all her channels. But she's got like what, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them? I know a couple got taken down today because they were the ones about Kami's kids. There's still a couple more to go. And to the idiot bored housewives, guess what? Her name is pronounced Kami. Kami Joe. That's her name. You know, these people are fucking around in places and making up shit that's going to get them in trouble. Because October will end up getting basically doxxed, or she will be found out who she is, where she works, and that's the important part, because if she's actually working with victims, she does not need to. I will show them all this proof, all these histrionics, all these lies. But that's just it. I don't know, because she's such a liar. You can't believe a damn word she says. And I've known people like her. They lie where they don't even need to. They make shit up out of whole cloth, that just these fantastical stories, and it's always this big deal, and it's hysterical, and oh my god, this is going on, blah blah blah. Then you find out later it was all a fucking lie. Because somebody needed attention. Maybe she's upset because she's having to pay all the attention to her parents, and despite the fact they never paid attention to her. I don't know. I don't know what is behind her mental health issues. But that's the funny thing, is they can mock my mental health, but don't you dare mock theirs. The hypocrisy with these people has just gotten to the point that it's like, you gotta be out of your fucking mind. Oh, I can get it online. I called it the other day, so. I also sent them some screenshots, and, you know, and I guess somebody made a mock account of her. I don't know if it was her Twitter or YouTube. I think it was YouTube, because blocked her. Anyway, yeah, that's what's going on tonight. The thing is, she doesn't realize that slander can get her in trouble, especially if there is no actual report. Again, if there is, it's probably someone in real life that has reason to believe there's a problem. But why they would do a wellness check at this time of night is beyond me. Especially because, you know, like I said, elderly people are winding down this time of night. You know, my auntie, she's 93. She'll be 94 this summer. She actually goes to bed at 10 o'clock. And it's like rote and verse. Yep, 10 o'clock, time for bed. She has to watch her programs first, like Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, and then whatever, you know, America's Got Talent and stuff like that. It's, you know, and on a Saturday when those things aren't going, oh my god, the search for the TV show to watch, you know, like Animal Planet or Flipping Houses or Tree Houses or whatever. It's bizarre. There was one, I came in from working in the yard, And I said, "What you watching?" She said, "Well, it's supposed to be a program on penguins, but I have yet to see any penguins." And I looked at it. And I'm like, yeah, it's not penguins, it's pangolins. It's a basically a large anteater armadillo cross. Those are pangolins. But with her hearing, she heard penguins. And she's too vain to wear hearing aids, so that can be a try because you have to repeat everything 2 or 3 times. And I love her to death, but she is so stubborn. She broke a hip a couple months ago, and she's just been driving people nuts. And I talked to them today, and she's busy sewing because she's getting ready for the fair. She doesn't want to get up and get around, which she needs to do. She she thinks she's going to do. I mean, the fair is a week-long trial that most of it gets put on Unca, and he's not in the best of health either. He had polio as a kid, so his legs are bothering him. And there's long term, kind of like with long term COVID, polio has long term effects too, and it can actually kill you later in life. Two of his siblings have died from it because there were 6 kids. They all had that first polio vaccine, and it was a weak vaccine. Now they used killed vaccines. The virus is dead, but it's just it's to make your body recognize an invader and kill it. But back then they were using a weak vaccine, and out of the 6 of them, 3 of them managed to get polio from it, and the other 2 that had the long-term polio effects have passed away. And his legs just aren't doing well, but she's got him running around and up and down and everything else. And the problem is, I've got a nephew who was talking to Uncle Bear about the polio vaccines, and he didn't make the connection that now it's a killed vaccine. It's not a weak vaccine. And my nephew, unfortunately, is an anti-vaxxer and QAnon and all that crap. And last time I was in California, he's texting me this 911 emergency thing. The U.S. is going to drop a rod, as in a nuclear weapon, down China's biggest reservoir tomorrow. Don't say you weren't warned. It's like, okay, hey gamer, how you doing? It's like, yeah, call me when it happens, okay? I'll keep an eye out for the news or any weather alerts or whatever emergency alerts on my phone. My phone about gave me a heart attack yesterday because we were having a hell of a storm, and all of a sudden my phone just in the Pacific Northwest. I think Washington would have like 4 a year, and most of those were in eastern Washington, where it's desert and plains and stuff like that. Every once in a while, one would happen over here. Where I grew up at, we had one just down the road there near the school, and there were 2 identical houses sitting next to each other. They were like a mirror image of each other. They even had identical trees, and house and the tree, and the tree next door was untouched, as was the house. Well, not here, inland. I probably lean back with my microphone or something. I don't know how this connection's going. Yeah, Rainy is here, or she was. I don't know if she still is. There's like 4 or 5 people here, and 12. Uh, I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with my microphone. So, oh, okay. Um, yeah, I leaned forward, so it might be something with the wire on this thing. Um, but over near the sound, Kami, I'm not going to be on here too long. I was just talking about how hysterical October is, and now I'm being blamed for some alleged wellness check that happened on her parents. So I got to call LAPD tomorrow and see if an actual uh, wellness check happened between 9 and 9:30. Again, don't want to know their name, don't want to know their location, don't care. It's not about her parents. If somebody on here knows stuff and did this, not cool. Fucking not cool. Don't do that shit. Don't be calling CPS without a good reason. Don't be calling in a wellness check without a good reason. And if something did happen, it's probably somebody in her real life who has a reason to be concerned. Yeah, yeah, she's saying, oh, well, it was anonymous. Yeah, well, then you don't know who to blame, do you? You don't know who you've pissed off in your real life because you're a psycho. For fuck's sakes, it could be your ex. The one that really got your kids taken away. I don't know. Maybe she considers her ex the angel of death. I don't know. Oh, but they will. They will. She had everybody in that chat riled up. Of course, they're all blaming me with zero proof, as always. That woman has not shown proof of any of her claims. She's talking about calling LAPD, the FBI, and Anonymous. Good luck finding someone in Anonymous. Jesus Christ. I was in contact with someone who was allegedly part of the Anonymous conglomeration or whatever. And I started getting real weird feelings about him, so I finally just blocked him on everything. Not that it would help if he was actually in Anonymous. Turned out he was using a fake name and he was a child predator. And I'm like, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. I hope somebody offs you. I really do. Pisses me off that child predators even exist. They're children, for fuck's sakes. But of course, psychologically pathetic, psychologically pathological, and psychologically nutjob wacko October Fool is blaming me for all kinds of shit she has no proof of. Anyway, I don't want to go on about this. I'm tired. I've been busy all day. Apparently, I've been on the phone with LAPD. No, I wasn't today, but I sure as fuck will be tomorrow. And when I do, I'm going to make sure that they note that whoever this wellness check was on, their daughter, who's supposed to be taking care of them, is making allegations about people and all kinds of batshit crazy claims. So she'd better be able to prove anything. Because other than some emails with some people and two contacts with LAPD, I haven't been doing anything. I'm exhausted, so I'm going to end this stream because I've still got hours more work to do. I haven't even checked the mail today. I finally took a break and watched my ghost videos. Because I like to watch them and go, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. And then there's other ones I watch and go, oh, Jesus Christ, that's so fake. Like a lot of the haunted doll ones. There was one guy that had a haunted doll. Oh, I can't. Was it a sassy? I think it's a sassy doll or a saucy doll. And he's showing us how, he's spinning one arm around and it spins, freely. The other one he's spinning around and hears, he says, yeah, that's the gear. And, it doesn't engage. It doesn't engage. That's because you're twisting it the wrong way. It does that crackly thing one way, but then you got to turn the arm the other way. He said the mechanics doesn't work. in it, and then he's got live video of the doll changing expressions. Of course, it's dead silent and it's only the head of the doll, so you can't see if he's like moving the arm up and then moving the arm down to change that expression. Dude, fake, fake. How do I know? Because I've got one of those dolls. You hear that crunch, crunch, crunch as you move her arm up and then you move it back down, and the expressions on her face change. She's smiling with big wide eyes, or she's looking to the side and she's got a sad face. And let me see if I can find one of these dolls. Uh, no, that is not it. I don't want dance moms. Maybe it's a saucy doll. That's a 22-inch doll. That is not what I've got. Yeah, that's not the one we want. Hold on just a minute. Nope, that's not what we want either. Jesus. Here we go. Let's see if this one will work. Do we have a photo? Hello? It came in a black baby doll. Oh my god. When, I know, Dolores. Well, then you better hide your eyes because we're about to show one. You move her arm up and it's and then you move it back down and her face changes like that. So this guy had the haunted saucy doll that didn't work because he was only spinning the arm one way. Spin it the other way, motherfucker. Hey, Brandon. Oh, we were discussing that pathological psychopath October Fool. Supposedly, allegedly, someone called in a wellness check on her parents. Dolores. Someone called a wellness check on her parents at 9 o'clock at night, between 9 and 9:30. Which, don't be bugging elderly people that late at night. But of course, in Nicole's chat, they're all claiming it's me. I did it. I don't know her parents. I don't know where they are. You know, she's all freaked out because she knows I go to California. I thought I was going to have to go this month, but it turns out I don't. So I'm 1,000 fucking miles away, and this bitch is blaming me for shit. She's hiding in her house, watching the security cameras, waiting for me to show up. She literally thinks I'm hiding in her backyard somewhere. She jumps every time the phone rings like I've got her phone number. Anyway, I'm so tired of this shit. She never has any proof of this shit. You know, like I've said for the people up, anonymous, Crane and everything else to help some psychopath in LA. Maybe one of these days, if I ever find my old saucy doll, because I know I still have her. Jeff, I don't know. Because I know she's always changing her name on here, so I don't know. If she was, it was before I was aware of her. But she seems like the histrionic personality type. I mean, she completely took over Nicole's chat with this story and just flipping out all over the place. It's like she has time to be in the chat, but not be running over to her parents' house. I'm sorry. If it was my elderly parents and suddenly the cops are showing up for something, fuck Nicole's chat. I'm out the door. You know, it's my parents. I'm going to be running off to take care of them, see what's going on. Instead, she sends her, quote, daughters, end quote. Yeah, Blake's October Fool again. Oh no, my parents might be in trouble. Let me sit here in a chat room. Well, in a live chat, whatever, same thing. That's how much she cares for her parents, apparently. So maybe somebody in her real life does have reason to call them. If she's too busy sitting in the side chat of a live stream instead of running to her parents' side, instead she's sitting at home with her phone. Ooh, we gotta get this, we gotta get this, we gotta document this. No, you go take care of your parents. And then before she left the chat, she was, oh, I'm gonna go try and go live on my boyfriend's phone, blah, blah, blah. Go see your parents. Make sure they're okay. Or did it really happen? Anyway, I'm going to end this stream. I'm going to see if I can call my sister and see what's going on her end of things. There's been some stuff there that just needs to be dealt with, and I'm done with this bitch. I'm going to call the LAPD tomorrow, see if there was a report made, and somebody better have some goddamn proof before you start blaming me, because you're getting into slander territory, and I'm getting real pissed off about it.